Something I think is very important to address in your personal life, and also something that's good to teach your kids. It's a thing that many people in our society nowadays have a problem with. Everybody thinks they need to have something to say on a topic. And, I believe you should be able to say whatever you think, but at the same time, there's times when you're just kind of, as the Bible would say, it's casting your pearls before swine. Why are you wasting your time? But one of the worst habits I think many people have in our society today is thinking they need to have the last word. You do not have to have the last word. If you are arguing with a person, trying to have the last word, explaining something to someone who is stupid, it's pointless because you have a conversation going between two stupid people. I mean, that's just the honest to goodness truth. What's the saying? When you change somebody's mind against their will, they're of the same opinion still. You know what I mean? The words flew out of my head, but people are going to think what they're going to think. And, this is one place where I think, love them or hate them, take a nod from what you see the Kardashians do. If you go look at their posts, especially like on Instagram, there will be people come on and say the nastiest, ugliest, most hateful things. And you know what they say? Nothing. Because they're the Kardashians. And they know if you're going to love them, you're going to love them. And if you're going to hate them, you're going to hate them. It's as simple as that. But the fact is, whether you're a Kardashian or not, the same is true for you. If somebody wants to hate you and they want to have a problem with what you're doing, they're going to have that problem, and nothing you say is going to fix it. And I've seen a few of the bigger names come in and reply back, tweet back, whatever. And some of the time it's to good effect, but there's an awful lot of the time that it just, I don't know, it ends up being a bit much. It's like you lose the effect of the initial post because you feel like you have to go in and defend it. So, yeah, I wouldn't ever say never. I'm sure there's instances where it probably is better to reply. But, the bottom line is, if somebody comes on and says a bunch of hateful things or is threatening or acts like a jerk, it says a whole lot more about them than it will ever say about you. And most people are going to read those things and think, geez Louise, what is this person's problem? They need to pull their panties out of their crack and get over it. There's people copy their pictures, people put them in memes, you name it. And they know, they have the wisdom of P.T. Barnum to know that it's better to be talked about in any fashion, good or bad, than to not be talked about at all. So, think twice before you reply back to nonsense comments, nonsense reviews, people that just got a corn cob up their crack. They're just looking to have a problem with someone. Is it really worth your time? You're not going to change their mind. If they want to be bent at somebody, they're going to be bent at somebody, and you just happen to be in the way. And if you further that and feed that, all they're going to do is focus on you more and more, and the whole thing's going to escalate into something it never needed to be in the first place. Another good place you can look to for a lesson on this, look at our good old President Donald Trump. Oh my lands. If that man could just shut his mouth, he has created more problems for himself and inspired more people to pursue him vigorously with legislation or any kind of attacks they can get in, just because he has to have something to say. Now, obviously, he doesn't feel like his work can speak for itself. And, the fact is, when you try to defend everything you do, it makes it look like your work cannot stand on its own 2 feet. It can't stand on its own merits. So one of the best ways to prove that it can is to put it out there and leave it alone. Quit apologizing, explaining, pawing over every little detail. If these people are going to be bent, they're going to be bent. But the people who are good people who love you, they're still going to be there. So think twice before you waste your time.